Okay, now I kind of want to transition to a little bit, you know what I'm saying, just kind of hanging out, some of maybe the good times, man. One person that, is really kind of taking off these past couple of years, man, is a BMF with the documentary coming out, man. A lot of people talk about Big Meech, and I know Meech and Diddy had a good relationship, man. Did you ever party with Meech or, what I'm saying, see them around or anything? How was that like?
Oh, I definitely partied with them when I first. You gotta remember, I came around 2005, 2006, and I caught the end part of that. You know what I'm saying? Or if I'm not mistaken, I think Wolf got killed in 2004. If I'm not mistaken, don't hold me to that. So a lot of the things that they were doing before that, as far as the parties and the trips to Africa and things like that, all of those things took place before me. When I came in the part, it was basically I seen Meech. You know what I'm saying? Meech knew me. I knew him. We would speak. I see him at basketball games. Different. I see him in the club and all that. I was in the studio with Jeezy and stuff when they was working. So that was definitely musically. And then it rolled over to like T was in New York a lot. You know what I'm saying? His brother T was in New York a lot. So sometimes they would hang out in New York. They had a place called Show that they would come to New York just to go to this club every Wednesday. And they would make sure that me and my man would go with them to this club. Just because we knew everybody, just because everybody respected us, it would be me and my man Big Nick. And they was in there buying same thing that Meech and them was doing. Yo, let me get 50 bottles, let me get 30 bottles. We here to have a good time. BMF is in the building. So we definitely partied and had a great time. To be honest with you, that was my hustle area because T would tell me, yo, Bonds, I'm getting ready to buy 20 bottles of Don P. And I would actually go to the manager or something and be like, yo, listen, my man is getting ready to buy 20 bottles of Don P. How much is the Don P? Oh, it's $1,000 a bottle. Okay, you're going to give those to him for $900 a bottle. All right, and you're going to give me that $100 off the bottle. Else I'm going to take them to another club. So to me, I loved when he came in town. That was my hustle time. You know what I'm saying? There was times when I would just walk T to the car, and he would give me $1,000 just to walk him to the car. Yo, we good. We all right. All right, thanks for coming out. $1,000 just to walk him to the car. Give my man $1,000. So those are good times because you're not involved with any of the business that they doing. They just getting off this plane to strictly go to this club show, party, have a good time, and then they out of here tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And you made $1,000. You hustled up $2,000 with the clubs because they're gonna always want to go out. And you could take them, they trusting you to take them to any club of your choice. So you calling that manager or you seeing that manager as soon as you get in. Let me see the bar manager. Because there ain't nobody buying 20 and 30 bottles in cash at one time but them. So if you want this, I know you already done marked the bottles up $800 because a bottle of Don P in the store might be $200. It's $1,000 inside the club. So what is it to you to take $100 off of that and give it to me? But to me, it's a lot. So I used to love it.
Wolf gets killed, and that causes a falling out between Diddy and Meech.
Well, it wasn't, I'm gonna be honest with you, it wasn't a really a falling out between Diddy and Meech. It was we can't be really cool with each other no more because Wolf was known as being my man. Even though Wolf wasn't down with him no more, Wolf had moved to Atlanta, and in reality, he met Meech through Wolf. He met BMF through Wolf. But everybody wants to be next to a star. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of people that I introduced to Puff. And even when I stopped being with him in 2012, these people still hung around him. These people still ran to the parties. These people still did and don't even speak to me no more. So, everybody, they all have a little bit of groupie, I call it groupieism in them where they want to do that. So even though Wolf wasn't there, Meech and Puff was still cool. And then after Wolf died, I don't know who he was talking to. I don't know who he was on the phone with. But I know that in order for him to stay relevant in New York, he really couldn't be seen with him no more. Because New York would have been talking about him. Like, yo, what the fuck you doing around him, doing around this, doing around that? You know what I'm saying? I did hear, I remember one time when Meech was on the speakerphone, I did hear him say, I didn't shoot Wolf. Think about it, Puff. I got shot in my ass. So if I got shot in my ass, what does that mean? That means that I was running away from the situation. You know what I'm saying? So I do remember that. You know what I'm saying? But it's more of a, it wasn't never a Meech and Puff beef. It was more of an entourage. You know what I'm saying? Where a bunch of guys from BMF that was next to Meech might feel a certain way when we came in the club, or give Puff that look like, yeah, if it, whatever, like, yeah, we could get down. You know what I'm saying? And Meech wasn't even here no more. You know what I'm saying? Meech was locked up. But whenever we went to Atlanta and we went to the different clubs, they felt like they had to put their chests up and whatever's whatever. It was that type of situation.
You know, I guess there was a situation where like 300 guys or something rolled up on you guys.
Well, ladies and guys, it wasn't like, it was situations where we would go in the club to party. And they still was doing their thing. 50 guys in the club, 50 bottles. You know what I'm saying? And then when Puff come in, it's not that same love because Meech is not there. T is not there. So he's not going over to that section to show love and all that. So a lot of those guys got into their feelings. And like I said, you know, they would say little shit or they would stand there and look at you. You know what I'm saying? And there was a couple of times where they beefed up. You know what I'm saying? And we might have been outnumbered. I remember one time it was just me and Puff in the club one time. You know what I'm saying? But nothing ever happened from it. You know what I'm saying? It was just I'm going to see if y'all still standing on all 10 toes. But it was never, it's like when the bosses get into a beef, but the bosses are not beefing, the entourage still wants the beef. They still want to seem like they relevant.
You know, one person I've always seen Diddy have some issues with, you know, except for when they first started. And that was Mace. What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon. So hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.